at Golden Village, Plaza Singapura, level 7, where the entire store space, except for the cinemas, have been refurbished to now include a lot of shops selling games, toys, and even one shop selling swords. Now, the whole space has been refurbished to a tune of $2 million, which is a lot of money in this economic recession. So let's check it out. I'm here with Diana Fee, the owner of this shop called Caesars, which sells, of all things, swords. It seems like a very unusual concept.
Exactly. Just because it's unusual doesn't mean that it is not something that people don't go for. Especially when you're a kid, you're young, you always dream to have a sword, feel very powerful. So as you grow older, you want to own something like that, but you never come across a shop like this to sell, to purchase such an item. So whenever crowd comes in, they'll be like, wow, by the whole concept.
But I mean, I would have thought that it's not legal to bring in these things.
Oh, okay. Most of the people thought so because Singapore is so strict.
Yeah.
But actually, it's legal to own this items at home for display purposes.
I'm guessing that the people who buy them tend to be working adults, right?
Most of them are, but we do have, because of age restriction as well, people who buy full-size item like this need to be 18 and above. Somebody who own their own home that they can display all these items.
Exactly. Yeah. What's the price range of the swords?
Okay, most of the full-size items will be from $300 to a couple of thousand. Depending on the budget, we'll be happy to recommend something to suit their theme of their home. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you source for these swords? I mean, like they look like they come from Japan or from Australia or from England or anywhere around the world.
Okay, all these items come from all around the world. So we have a team to do all the sourcing to bring in appropriate items. We also bring in things like movie items, things that are hot in the movie scene right now, like Red Cliff, Hellboy. We bring them in to sell it to the consumers here.
Oh my gosh, are you telling me there's a Red Cliff sword somewhere here?
Yeah, there is.
Wow, and a Hellboy.
Just arrived today.
Fantastic. I didn't know Hellboy used swords.
Prince Nadia. Most of the items here behind us are all the handmade sword, meaning that most part of the construction is actually done by men using hand. Some of the pieces, if you need to handmade them, it may take up to 2 months, 3 months to make one piece of sword. So there's a lot of manpower that you need to invest in to make something like that. Yeah.
These are definitely not kids' toys. I mean, like unlike the other shops that we went to, they were mostly for kids. But here, we're looking at serious weapons.
These are basically replicas. That means something that is replicated from an item from the past. Yeah. So for movies, it will be closely related back to the movie theme.
Oh, you've got the Kill Bill sword. Very nice.
Yep.
And you've got two.
Yeah. Most of the time, people remember Uma Thurman to have the sword. But don't forget Bill. Remember the guy? Yeah, so they had the sword fight. So there's actually a pair.
Okay.
Yeah. So for people who don't want to collect big items, we do have reduced size for popular models so that they can, collect something small at home.
Okay. Are the blades so sharp that if you actually touch them, you could cut yourself?
Most of the items will be false age. We call it false age, meaning that there isn't any age at all. Yeah, so it looks good on its own. Like for example, when you display them, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, but there's actually no age here.
Okay.
It basically has a metal finish to look as real as it can be. So it's safe enough for display.
That's right. It's safe enough for display, and you can't actually pull it out and kill someone with it, right?
Correct. Not only swords, we also have things like helmet right on top there.
Wow.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Are those from Japan?
Yes, these are from Japan. Yeah.
They remind me of all the Akira Kurosawa films I used to see.
The Last Samurai, remember the silhouette where the samurai came out from the forest?
That's right.
Yeah, trying to attack Tom Cruise. Yeah, so these are the things that people like to collect home, display them.
They're very beautiful. How much do they cost?
This is about 1,000 plus. Yeah, for one. Yeah, so there are different designs depicting different shogun of the certain period. Yeah.
So most of them are replicas, or all of them are replicas?
Most of them are replicas. Over here in Caesars, we don't sell things like antiques. We don't sell antiques. Basically, we sell replicas.
Why is it called Caesars?
Why is it called Caesars? We actually started off selling purely medieval items like swords and guns. So we wanted a more English name. Yep. But as we evolve customers' requests, we started to host an array of weapons from all around the world rather than just focusing on one, because we just cannot meet demands. Sometimes people who like guns, although they may not collect sword, but there are also sword collectors, armor collectors.
That's so interesting. How long has Caesars been around?
Caesars has been around for 8 years. Yeah.
Amazing. And your business is thriving on the fact that people want to buy swords and guns.
Correct.
And I see Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
This side is actually the Oriental section, so we carry an array of like Chinese style and the jian. It has actually very nice detail inside as well. So customers, sometimes they will opt to display the sword and the scabbard separately. And then we have the anime section.
They're all one solid colors.
Yep. Designs are the color-wise is relatively simpler. And then we have things like bleach, replicas, Inuyasha, stuff like that.
What about those? They look older, I suppose, less sophisticated. Are they from an older generation?
The first one that you see is Hero, Inxiong, starring Jet Li.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the rest are all the Tao. So we try to put them together. The Western guns are all on this end. Wow. Apart from guns, we also have rifles. Yeah. So depending on which period you like, Napoleon or the English or the Indians or the Italian guns, we have them all. They weigh about the same as the original piece that you can find in the European Museum. But unfortunately, you can't take out those original ones, so people replicate them, giving them the exact weight and feel, so that people, in modern days, people can actually buy this and display them at home.
Are they functional too?
They are not functional. Barrels are actually locked inside. Yeah, they are actually sealed inside. But the trigger, all this will work.
Right. So some of these guns date back to a very old era.
17th century.
17th century. Which are the oldest ones? Can you point out?
Okay. The older ones will have, this is called percussion cap. Basically, this is the first generation of gun. Yeah. How it works is this. What they will do is that you can pull the trigger.
Right.
They will put all the gunpowder inside.
Yeah.
Okay. When you pull the trigger, okay, the heating mechanism actually creates sparks in the olden day, which will allow firing to take place.
I know the Chinese invented gunpowder, but did they also invent the oldest, like these sort of guns?
Not that we are aware of. Yeah, because what I understand is that the Chinese are more into cannon.
Yeah, they use it for cannons. I know.
Yeah, correct.
But not these sort of guns, right? The
Correct.
smaller ones were.
The revolution of guns are more obvious in the European side. Like for example, just now it's a single barrel. This one is double barrel.
Right.
Yeah, you get a double barrel gun. Yeah, so you can fight in a way like you can fire quicker than the usual single barrel ones. These rifles, the more modern ones will be the Winchester. Yeah, so basically they are almost the same as those that we see behind, but to cover a longer range, you'll need all the rifles. Yeah. So some of the rifles like Kentucky rifle, the USA model. So the different areas will have different models and different look and feel. Yeah.
Which one is the oldest one?
The brown bears on top, musket, will be one of the oldest.
Those were the swords they used to shoot Indians?
Yes, that's right. Of course, we have the medieval sword that's what Caesar started off with. Apart from the big size items that we see on the wall, we also have small items that some people who can collect it as a gift or as a collection. Most of the time, they also use it as a letter opener.
Yes, a very fancy letter opener. What about these swords?
Oh, these are medieval sword.
Beautiful.
Yeah, most of them are how should I say, made in the Europe side, Spain. The more famous one that people will go for are Templar Knights, especially if you are Christian. Templar Knights is believed to be Christian group, of which they do a lot of good deeds. They go out like a Robin Hood, you know. So Christian, when they will love to associate with Templar Knights, so they will usually collect them. Yeah.
You've got figurines as well.
All these are pewter figurines. So customers, after they have displayed big items at home, sometimes they want some items that will enhance the whole feel, but nothing too big that will take away the attention of the sword.
This is this the Crusades?
Some of them are crusades. Then we have the Muslim warrior as well. So you have different periods. Then we have different things.
What are some of the more popular items in the shop?
Movie items are usually very popular, especially now that we are here next to Golden Village Cinema. A lot of times when people finish a movie, they want to have like a souvenir, something to remind them of the movie that they enjoy. So we have things like Aragon, Lord of the Rings. Just now we have seen Kill Bill. So upcoming we will see all the Red Cliff and the Hellboy. Yes. We work with Golden Village when they do movie launches like that. So we will help to provide all the necessary props, and then we'll do our display like that. So when moviegoers after the movies, they can take a look at all these items.
They're very beautiful. For 348, you get the sword.
Yep.